Bonjour mes amis, Seiko SPB053, also known as the SBDC053 on the domestic market. This is one of the two watches inspired by the 62 MAS original diver from Seiko, which came out in 65. Seiko reissued that watch as the SLA017. It's a very expensive proposition at $4,000. This is a more modest proposition. This one came out at 80,000 yen, about 800 bucks, and now they are settling down around 650, I would say, which is a good price point for the watch. The watch has a sapphire glass, sapphire crystal with an AR coating, as you can see here. It is slightly domed. The main features of the watch are this vintage style case with a beautiful, I think it's called Zaratsu polishing, beautiful line. The watch really hugs the wrist perfectly. It is the sunburst dial is stunning. The bezel even more stunning, and it's a blue green color. You kind of feel like you're looking at the ocean when you look at this watch. The crown is not signed, which is a bit of a shame. It has a pretty good action. The watch is running the 6R15 movement. Feels good. It feels very much like it does on the Saab 035 or 033. It's easy to push back in. This watch is very accurate. It's been running around plus 3 seconds a day, and I have it here on an aftermarket bracelet with some nice detailing on the back to let the wrist breathe. And while we're looking at the back, I think this is called the Kanagawa wave. Is that correct? It's an air diver as opposed to saturation diver. Goes to 200 meter. Probably goes a lot deeper than that. You know, Seiko, they always understate their achievements. And sapphire crystal, made in Japan. Now let's look at the hands on this watch. I'm torn a bit. At night, the lume is amazing. It's a new Lumi Bright, I think, and it really lights up the room like the other Seikos didn't do. Although they always had a great lume, but this one really lights up the room. It's gorgeous, and the hands make sense, and the applied markers make sense at night. On daytime, the black details in the center here, I'm not quite sure if it's good or bad. It's a bit bland. But it's okay. I think there's so many attractive elements to this watch that you can forgive it. I wouldn't be surprised if they were swapping those hands for something else next year. Also, I wonder why they went for this type of markers here instead of going for rectangles all over, which would have been more in line with the 62 MAS model. But still, it looks very good, and it has its own personality. And surely, when you go to a Seiko shop, this watch and the black version, the 051, surely do stand out in the Seiko lineup, which is great about the Seiko. As you know, they have so many great designs: the Sumo, the Turtle, the Shogun. There's something for every taste, you know. This one, I guess, is maybe a bit more simple in the execution and more pure. Now, do watch out, because this watch is quite heavy, and you need a good counterbalance, which is what you get when you put it on a rubber bracelet. The black version comes on the stainless steel bracelet, and to me it was really too heavy, especially compared to the other watch that I have, the Shogun, or for that matter, for the SARC 055, which is on my wrist right now, and weighs about nothing. And so yeah, I wanted to love the black version, but I just couldn't. And also there were problems with the quality control on that watch, and the applied markers were just not lining up at all on several of them were not lining up with the chaptering. But this watch is very perfectly aligned, although it is not the Japanese version, it is the international version of the watch. Everything is perfectly lined up, and I'm really enjoying this watch. It's an absolute standout. It's a knockout, you know, especially with this aftermarket bracelet, which I do recommend. You can find these on eBay very easily. You can get them out of Taiwan or out of the UK. Well, do let me know if you have any questions. Put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer those. Should you buy this watch? I think it's a quite a unique proposition, and it will probably stay in the lineup of Seiko. And if it doesn't, then it will make this watch even more valuable. I wouldn't be surprised if they would change a couple of things, maybe sign the crown, change a bit the styling of the hand, just a slight bit, and maybe put rectangle markers all around the watch to really give it slightly more vintage appeal. But as it stands, it is still a gorgeous watch. Thank you for watching the video. Like it and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Bye bye.